Welcome everybody. We are back. Another beautiful day, another very good video that we're about to make. So let's go ahead and jump into it. This video will be about, do some lessons need to be learned? Man, let me see if I can adjust this real quick. Boom. Do some lessons need to be learned? And man, it's been a tough couple weeks, not gonna lie to you. I can't even lie to you. I had to go through something that I told myself I wouldn't. But I mean, it did open my eyes. Sometimes you gotta go through things to realize where you're at and what you need to work on. For me, because I will, just be straightforward, honest, because somebody else may need this and maybe going through the same thing. Maybe my son will see this and he'll understand and, pick something up from it. So, y'all may know that if you watch some other videos, I decided to take a year of no women, no corn, no self-pleasure, just kind of chilling myself, stack my money up, paying off debts, get my life right, and being able to be the person that I've been wanting to be working out. And about 3-4 weeks in, I kind of did the legwork to get rid of people I've been talking to go ahead and cut off some things and kind of like working towards making it easier for me to sustain this living that I'm trying to choose to do. Lo and behold, just like any time you're trying to do something for yourself, someone pops up. An old acquaintance of mine, they rang my line. I shouldn't have called back because at this point I'm searching for different jobs. I was thinking that maybe there might have been a job offer, and I couldn't tell I didn't know who it was. It's been someone I ended up having a falling out with. I just left alone, and apparently we've been thinking about me and they want to reach out to me. Call back. I'm talking to him, trying to figure out who it is. Stupidly enough, I continue talking to him as time progresses. We're talking. We're going out. Who doesn't like female company? So me being the idiot that I am, because hey, listen, everybody has a weakness, right? That's why we're working on ourselves. I decided to be like, we can just be cool. We can kick it. There's not anything I'm looking for, not anything I'm trying to do. Bada bing, bada boom. We can hang out for a little bit. I need to get out the house. I've been in the house for quite a bit. I've been kind of keeping to myself low key. So, boom, let's do it. We go out, have a good time. She's admitted that she's very delusional. She is very much she jumps into things. There's plenty of red flags that should have told me and I should have paid attention to and realized, like, how you don't really put much stock into something until after something happens? Yeah, so that's where I messed up. There was plenty of red flags of the people that she deals with and has dealt with. Judgment was not something that I would be able to agree to. The way where she handles things, thought process, also there's just quite a few things in the way that she's willing to jump into a relationship so fast. And there's a track record of that not working out. Whenever people talk to you, they'll tell you about themselves. You just gotta listen. Me being an idiot, I decide to continue talking to her. Like I said, we go out on just to hang out. She calls it a date, I call it a hangout. We go get some food, we go play some games at the arcade, and she's getting closer to me. I'm not really stopping any advances because I like the attention. I can't even lie to you. And I'm kind of playing along, but I'm not really committed to anything, and that's my own fault, just being lustful, and came back to bite me, as I'll tell you later. She starts to talk to me. She tells me, like, I hate when females do this. Females anywhere, please stop doing this. Stop asking if I missed you. Please stop asking that, because I don't want to mess anything up by saying I didn't, but at the same time, I feel bad for lying to say that I did, because I wasn't really thinking about you. I didn't even realize that who you were and your name. I couldn't remember your name for the whole night until, what happened? I said, what do your friends usually call you? If you ever forget somebody's name, ask them if they have a nickname that people call them, or what do your best friends usually call you, or do you something that you like to be called, and that'll kind of get you past that barrier. You know what I'm saying? If you forget, because it happens. So, just a little bit of game. she calls me. I never really call her. She calls me kind of like every day, just talking to me, telling me how much she likes me, how she thinks that she has this perception of me when I say, she said she told me she was already delusional, and she's very intuitive but also very delusional. So she has this perception that I really like her, that I can't go without talking to her, not knowing who I am, because I do have to be pushed to a point, which I'm working on, to let something go. But I also, since my time working on myself, I've been able to learn to love and respect myself more than I have been before. So it's much quicker to get to that point, to where I know I don't have to deal with you. No, I don't need anything from you. I don't have to sleep with you. It's not that important. There's plenty of other people out here that you can talk to and possibly sleep with. So you, one person out of the billions in the world, isn't really gonna do much to me, especially if I didn't see no future with you in the beginning, in the first place. So, me being a lover boy as I am, I started to, like her unintentionally, and also kind of keep myself back. We're talking every day. I set up to hang out again, and because you see me being an idiot, but I'd rather share my story so somebody else can see. Like I said, we went on one hangout. She was calling a date. She had plenty of red flags. I haven't really gone into too much detail because it's just supposed to be like just a me video just talking about certain things. So, set up a second time, we go out to, I get her some nachos. I wasn't really hungry. We were just kind of talking. I realized what's going on with me internally and who I am. Because even while I'm driving over there, I'm having thoughts of, why am I doing this? I'm having thoughts of like who I am, why am I doing this? What's the purpose of this? Does this make me happy? Is going against my goal? Which I already should have known that if I'm thinking like that, I don't need to be doing it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to second guess something that you truly want to do. So I'm driving there in my hot car because I had no AC. It's like 108 degrees just driving down the highway. And I'm sitting here like, man, I come to a realization that if anybody's ever read the book, The Art of Seduction, and got to see, I definitely recommend it to see what kind of personality traits fits you whenever you talk to people. I tend to be a charmer, a little bit of a charismatic, and apparently I have the negative traits of a rake. R-A-K-E, rake. Say that again, just so it's not nothing crazy. R-A-K-E, rake, like the lawn tool. So, with that being said, I can see how I end up in these situations with these people who I don't have any real long-term intention with, but I do things that bring people to think that there will be, and it's not very healthy of me to do. And just now coming to realize that, I'm just like, oh, that makes sense why things seem to move faster than I want them to, is because the way I move is not for everybody. It's meant to be, I'm not like that one person you're already really intending to date and can see a future with. It's not meant for just anybody you talk to or that you may have a one night with or that you're just casually doing stuff with. It's not for that. You can't be around those people because you're the type of person that will bring people in intentionally or unintentionally, and you will end up causing drama for yourself. So I send her a message just talking about like, hey, listen, I gotta pull back. I gotta focus on me. Like, this is what's going on. I tell her because I'm very honest when I communicate. So nobody is ever left in the dark. We talk about it after while we get nachos. We decide to go get some dessert just because I like sweets. She gets mad at me because another red flag for someone who gets upset about something that because a previous relationship, and when I say that, there's of course caveats. I say they expect you to do the same thing that somebody else had done before you. So you're paying for the sins of someone who you don't know that has mistreated them, but even though you haven't done anything or shown anything like that. So she thinks I want to get back with my ex, my son's mother. I have no intention of it. She thinks because we both share a location, that's why originally it was for certain purposes and to make sure that he was okay if I ever needed to get to him. But it just wasn't. It's just a conversation which I had to show her like, hey, everybody has a different value system. You may not think that breakfast is an important meal of the day, but somebody else does, and this doesn't mean either one of y'all are wrong. It's just y'all have different values. You know what I mean? Or so we get through that. We go to a bar. We find a little comfy spot literally next door because I piqued my interest. I love adventures. We go there. I get something. We get a couple drinks, and we're talking. She tells me her pet peeves, which is that she does not talk to any black guys that have slept with a white woman. That is a pet peeve. That is something that is a deal breaker for her. And I'm just like, how's that a deal breaker? You know what I mean? Because like, you would think in 2026, like, you really can't help who you fall for. Everybody has a preference, and no one really knows and expects who they're going to fall for the most part. You typically end up meeting somebody, and half the time you did not expect to be with this person or to like them this much. So it's like, how do you deny yourself an attachment to something that could be great and that could teach you stuff because you have a bias against these people? Now, if you don't like them, that's your life. You can choose however you want to live your life. Just don't be hurting people. So, and I told her my deal breakers, which was lack of communication, lack of empathy, lack of being able to apologize, that sort of stuff. We go back to her place. We are just chilling. And mind you, I skipped this part. We've been talking about, she's been telling me that we're not going to do any kind of, bedroom stuff. It's not like I asked for it. I wasn't even thinking about it. She just keeps bringing up, like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Like, I don't want to mess up your career or, like, get you involved with me because I know that I'm a lover boy, so I will invest myself into somebody more than I should, and I will neglect everything else. I know that about me. That's why I'm taking this time to figure out me, to love me, so I can stop that negative trait. So she keeps telling me this. She's trained me to not even think about it. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm literally just chilling. We have conversations about who she slept with. One, there was a lot of stuff that just went on, which I felt disrespected. I felt I didn't want to be there. I felt like I was wasting my time. And I'll just run you through, even though it's embarrassing for me. So hopefully somebody else will learn from it. We're talking. We get on the conversation of not us doing stuff, but how she, talk to these guys, and then she like randomly just like, yeah, I don't really have any kind of attraction to you. I don't know why that is. And I'm just like, that's fine. Like, I'm not really expecting anything from you. I just kind of came here to be at the house, to eat, to drink, and just not be by myself. And I was just like, okay, so you keep saying that you didn't been with these dudes. Like, what is it about these dudes? And then she shows me who she's been with, and I have a look on my face. She thinks I'm judging her, which technically I am, but it's not for what she thinks it is. I'm judging based off of, one, she said she didn't have a type. She has a type, and it tends to be older men, and they all look unique, and I'm a dude. Listen, I'm a dude. So it's kind of hard for me to judge dudes on their looks, but everybody knows who look good and don't look good. Everybody knows they got an ugly homeboy, and everybody knows they got the homeboy that be pulling them. You're human, you see it. So, okay, now just don't be weird about it. I'm looking at all these dudes, and I'm actually disgusted by like the uniqueness of them, and then I'm just like, she looks at me and she's just like, are you upset? Did I make you uncomfortable? How you feeling? I just told her, like, I'm kind of turned off. And she's like, oh, because, I'm, liberated. And yes, I have, done this with these people. I'm just like, it's not for what you're thinking. It's honestly because the fact that I hold you in a high regard because I have respect for you, that I'm disappointed that you would just lower yourself to sleep with these people for whatever reason, and it's not even like you like them. It's just because they would just happen to be there that you're talking to them, and you felt like you got turned on. That's it. There was no attraction. There was just you felt in the mood, and they were nearby that you were talking to, and that's how it happened. And I was like, yeah, it just kind of disgusts me because just like, okay, so everybody's but like I understand that you're wild and free and you can do whatever you want, but just like hearing about people's past, like who they've been with, just turns me off. I don't like it. I don't really care. It everybody's free to do what they want, but not everybody has to hear about it. I'm never been a person that likes to share anything. I don't like to be in a rotation. I feel like it's demeaning. I don't really care for it. If somebody likes it, they can like it. Not for me. She's telling me this stuff. She apparently she had asked me like a direct question. She was just like, so if I asked to do something right now, would you do it? And I'm looking at her like, not at the moment. Honestly, I don't really, not really thinking about it. Kind of turned off. And she gets upset with me. She's like, well, she hasn't said anything. We keep talking about other stuff. And I'm kind of like getting annoyed to the point like I'm getting ready. I wanted to leave, but like I'm giving it a chance because I'm being lustful, and just holding out for maybe a moment. But I'm just like, what am I doing here? Like, what is this? Like, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. I could be asleep. I could be studying for my exams. I could be doing literally anything better in my life, and yet I'm here in a hot house messing with this person who I see no future with, and it's honestly not even like that attractive. You know what I mean? It's just like you kind of let everybody sleep with you. So I'm sitting here, I'm taking you out and they just jump straight in it. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person that does all the courting because you like me. And we did talk about that. I was just like, it does throw me off that women have this sense of like liberation. And even though you talk about these dudes being useless to you, how you don't like something about them, how you can't see yourself going with them, but you'll sleep with them. But then there is a guy that you actually like, so you'll hold off on that so you don't ruin anything. It's like, that's such backwards knowledge to me, because it's just like, so you don't value, to me, you don't really value your body. You don't value your body because you're willing to give it to people who don't deserve it. But then somebody who does deserve it, they have to work harder to get to that point. Like, does that make sense to you? That'd be like if I'm dating a girl, right? And we're talking about, what things that you would do for your partner. If I'm just like, yeah, all my previous partners are like people I didn't really mess with. I used to go buy them things. I used to go take them on trips. I used to get their nails done, pay for their hair, this is that. But then when it comes to you, I really like you, so I'm not gonna do any of that because I don't want to mess anything up. I just want to treat you normally, and like we'll go slow from there. Like, do you see how you give the luxury to the people who don't deserve it, but then the person who does deserve it, that you actually see a future with, you're like, nah, I can't do that. I don't want to mess anything up. It's just like the backwards knowledge of some of these people just makes no sense. And you're like, well, they're useless to me, and I'm just like, yeah, but they've been inside you and they've done things, and your judgment by the way you handle things with them and continue to handle things with them, it just turns me off, because it's just like, it's kind of just nasty. Like, I don't want to deal with that because I don't know I'm going to be next on the roster, and I don't like sharing. So that might just be the Leo in me, just me as a person, me as a man. I don't know, just one of them. I appreciate it either way. So we start talking, and she brings up like, oh yeah, I wanted to do this, but you didn't answer, so it made me think that you were just being scary. And I'm just like, bro, so you're gonna tell me this whole time you sat here and trained me pretty much and said, no, we're not gonna do this, no, we're not gonna do this, no, we're not gonna do this. You cried to me earlier, which is another part I left out, while we're eating, that no one listens to you, none of the guys listen to you, nobody ever hears you, and that I actually hear you. You're going to get mad at me because I heard you. And hear me when I say this. Hearing somebody is understanding what they're saying and respecting what they're saying. If you tell me that you don't want to sleep with me, I'm not going to be looking for opportunities to sleep with you. My mind is off there. It's off to something else. It's something completely different. I'm not thinking about that. I'm not looking for any advances. I'm chilling. Like, I'm good. Like, it's not even that important to me to be trying to hound you like that, because I'm not that kind of dude, nor do I want to be that type of dude, nor associate with those types of dudes in general. She sat here and had the audacity to get mad at me because I decided to respect her opinion, what she said. So I'm sitting here thinking like, so You get mad, dudes don't listen to you. But do you understand that if I continue to try to do something to you, that I don't care what you said, I'm just trying to get what I want? And she's just like, well, next time when someone asks you a question, just answer the question. I'm just like, ma'am, you've literally been sitting here the whole time turning me off, and I told you to turn me off. Why would you feel like that's a great time to do something? If I tell you that I have funky breath and bacteria in my mouth, and then ask you the question the next second, be like, hey, do you want to kiss? And then get mad at you for saying no or hesitating. That's not something that I could be mad about. That's dumb, because you literally sat here and did negatives and told me that. And let me add that you already said that you don't even want to kiss in general, or that I didn't want to kiss in general. So that's a double whammy right there. At some point, pretty much during now, we're talking to her about it. We're not yelling or nothing. I'm just being calm. Just like, I'm trying to like understand, like, how can I understand you? Like, so communication like that doesn't happen in the future. And she just like, you know what? You're just exhausting. I'm just like, I'm exhausting because I'm listening to you. And I'm just like, you know what? This is perfect. This is the perfect time. I was like, you know what? You don't have to worry about it. I'm just roll out of here. She was like, are you mad? I'm just like, no, I'm not mad. There's no reason for me to be mad at you. I'm not the type to argue. I'm not in that space. I'm looking out for me. If I don't feel respected, if I don't feel like I should be somewhere, I'm not gonna be anywhere. There's no point in me raising my voice, trying to yell at you, nothing like that, trying to change your mind. You're gonna think how you're gonna think, and that's why you're in the position that you're in. I'm gonna think how I'm gonna think, and that's why I'm trying to elevate myself out of the box that I was in to something greater. So I left it at that. As I'm in the driveway leaving, I blocked the number, don't even look back, and I'm out. And I'm annoyed that it took me this long to really acknowledge the red flags. I'm annoyed that I decided to keep going through something just because due to lust. And I'm annoyed that I let myself to be even get in that situation to where I could have, like, it took so much time out of studying due to talking on the phone and like going out to go see her that I just can't get back. And it's a hard lesson to learn, but it was detrimental because it told me like how easily I can fall into it and why I need to focus up more on why I'm on this journey. So anybody out there who's going through that same thing, who you feel like the woman disrespecting, like actually disrespecting you, if you see no future with her, if you're trying to work on something and you're just using her, if you're just trying to be a better person, bro, just stop, do something else. Get your stuff together if you need to get it together and work on you, and I promise you the women will come. They will come. They're out there. They're not going nowhere unless they all disappear or pass away. You're gonna find somebody, especially if you are in a better position than you are now. So that's my story. Some lessons need to be learned. I feel like, yes, it was a tough lesson. I feel I shorted myself on time for my next exam because that's what I should have been studying for. I'm glad I did preemptive studying more than I did like my last exam, but it's still annoying me that I could have been way further ahead if I just did what I was supposed to do and kept to myself, and I would have been solid. But other than that, hopefully I have a great time. Didn't expect it to be this long, but appreciate it. Peace.